Hello everyone. In this video, I shall explain the poem The Fountain. This particular poem has been written by James Russell Lowell. Here is an image of the poet. Let me give you a brief introduction of the poet. James Russell Lowell was an American poet. Some of his poems include pleas for abolition of slavery. So he was an American poet. He was against slavery, and therefore he has expressed in his poems pleas to get rid of slavery. This poem, The Fountain, is a very inspiring poem. Now, this particular poem is about a fountain. About the fountain. Students, I'm sure you all have seen a fountain. Yes? How does a fountain look? You can see, as here in the picture, the fountain is always in motion. It rises upwards and falls down, and again it rises upwards. That means it goes upwards and falls down, but once it falls, it does not remain there. Again it comes up. Right? So that shows the energy the fountain contains. It is very energetic. It is never tired. Right? So the poet has explained about the fountain and how it has inspired him. Let's go to the central idea of the poem. The poet describes the motion of the fountain. The ever-energetic and cheerful attitude of the fountain inspires the poet to be always happy and content and hardworking. So, as a fountain is always in motion, it never seems to be tired. So, therefore, it inspires the poet to do hard work and always remain happy and content. The poet says a fountain is always cheerful and never tired. It seems happy and content in all seasons. The poet wishes to be just like the fountain, always happy, cheerful, positive and energetic. Right? So the poet says a fountain is always cheerful, it never gets tired. It always seems happy and content no matter what season. Right? So whether it is winter season or whether it's a hot summer season, the fountain remains unaffected by the seasons. It always is cheerful and content, happy and content. So the poet says he wants to be like the fountain, always happy, always cheerful, positive and energetic. Now let's understand the poem. Here's the explanation of the poem. Let's take every stanza and discuss it. The first stanza. You may read along with me. Into the sunshine full of the light, leaping and flashing from morn till night. So the poet is describing the motion of the fountain. He says the fountain is leaping. Leaping means jumping from morn till night. And because it is sunlight and sunshine, that is during the daytime, because of the sun rays, the fountain appears to be flashing light. It seems to be full of light. Second stanza. Into the moonlight whiter than snow, waving so flower-like when the winds blow. Now in the first stanza, the poet has described the motion of the fountain in the sunlight and how it appears. In this stanza, the poet describes how the fountain appears in the moonlight. Let's read that stanza. Into the moonlight whiter than snow, waving so flower-like when the winds blow. So the poet says that in the moonlight, that is at night, the fountain appears whiter than snow. And whenever the wind blows, the fountain also waves like a flower. It waves and it appears like a flower. Next stanza. Into the starlight rushing in spray, happy at midnight, happy by day. So here the poet says that the fountain is always in motion, rushing in motion, always in motion, and it sprays. It you can see, you must have experienced that. It sends sprays of water droplets. So because of which the fountain appears very energetic and happy and cheerful at daytime as well as during the night. Ever in motion, blithesome and cheery, still climbing heavenward, never aweary. So here the poet says that the fountain is always in motion. Blithesome means full of joy, and cheery. Cheery means cheerful. So the fountain is always in motion. It appears happy, full of joy and cheerful. So it goes upwards. Climbing up heavenward means going upwards and coming down. Again goes upwards and falls down. Again it continues. So it never seems to be tired. Never aweary means never tired. Aweary means tired. Glad of all weathers, still seeming best, upward or downward, motion thy rest. So in this stanza, the poet says that the fountain is happy in all weathers and its motion is in upward or downward direction, but always it is happy. The fountain is always happy. Full of a nature nothing can tame, changed every moment, ever the same. In this stanza, the poet says, nothing can tame. Nothing can tame means no seasons can affect the attitude, cheerful attitude of the fountain. That means the fountain remains happy and cheerful in all seasons, whether it is the cold winter or the hot summer season. But the fountain remains unaffected. The cheerful attitude of the fountain remains the same. It is full of energy, full of joy, and full of positive attitude. Ceaseless aspiring, ceaseless content, darkness or sunshine, thy element. Thy element means that is a quality of the fountain. Thy means yours. So the poet is saying that the fountain's quality is always to be aspiring. Aspiring means to be aiming. It always tries to aim for higher things. Just as a fountain goes upwards, that means it is aspiring. It is aiming for higher things. Even though it is fallen down, again it moves upwards. So ceaseless means continuously. So it is always aspiring, aiming for higher things. Ceaseless content means always content, always satisfied, always happy. Whether it's darkness or sunshine, whether it is day or night, the fountain continues to remain cheerful and content. Glorious fountain, let my heart be fresh, changeful, constant, upward like thee. Now in this last stanza, the poet has expressed his wish to be just like the fountain. He wishes to be energetic, to be positive, to be cheerful, and to always be in motion. That means to be hardworking and to have a positive approach in life, just like the fountain. So students, that was the explanation for the poem. I hope you have understood. So what did you learn from this poem? You learned from the fountain to keep ourselves always fresh and changing but steady. We should always look towards higher things. We should always aim for higher things. No matter how many times we fall, how many times we fail, yet we need to rise and try again, isn't it? We should work hard from morning till night and never feel tired, and we should always remain happy and cheerful, isn't it, students? Let's take the meanings. Leaping means jumping. Blithesome is full of joy. Cheery is cheerful. Or weary, tired. Ceaseless, continuously. Aspiring means aiming for. Content is satisfied or happy. So now I have a drawing activity for you. You need to do this. You need to draw a fountain in your notebook. Here there is a simple image just to help you how to draw a simple fountain in a very easy manner. You may draw it and color it. Okay. So students, thank you for watching this video. Please learn the meanings, complete the drawing activity. Thank you and God bless you all.